One of the first things I check when I'm reading a business book or a great article or YouTube that a friend shared with me is I want to know if that author, that speaker, or that writer of that article, did they ever run a real business? Did they ever run a real startup? Did they ever build a startup that became a multi-million-dollar company that eventually was acquired or bought or sold for $1 billion or went public? I want to know that because I want to know if that's a person that was in the trenches that did it and went through it and had the victory, or it was somebody who ran a startup, didn't work, they quit and they became an author or a consultant. I want to know that. I want to talk to people and learn from people who are in the trenches building it. This is why there's only a few people that I read a book. I've really studied their counsel based on what they personally went through. So with that being said, micromanaging, most of us cannot stand the word micromanage. If anybody's a new entrepreneur or somebody in leadership position, you hear somebody say, don't ever micromanage, don't ever do this. And we're like kids, oh my God, my mom, my dad said, don't ever do this. So we don't ever do it. And we think it's such a terrible one, we don't look into it. I want to explain it to you in a way maybe you haven't thought about it before in the past. So hopefully it untangles some of the confusion you have in your mind. And then we can go from there. First of all, let's define what the word micromanage means. It means to control every part, however small. To control every part, however small. I remember it was about 1.5 years ago, I was at an Inc. event with Mark Cuban. And one of the questions was asked is, if you run so many companies and you have so many different CEOs as Shark Tank, how do you deal with these CEOs? He said, I micromanage the CEOs and the leaders until I trust them. Keyword. This is a $3 billion guy, not just an author. This is a $3 billion guy who builds businesses, who's built businesses and owns businesses and coaches CEOs, saying, I micromanage leaders and CEOs of companies until I trust them, then I let them go, right? So two ways you got to look at micromanaging. One is people, the other one is procedure. One is people, one is procedure. And let me explain to you in a way that maybe you'll look at it differently. So the word micromanage has negative connotations. We already identified that. No problem. So, but there's a lot of people that also say the word cult has negative connotations, but then we're very comfortable to use the word culture, and we don't realize the first 4 letters of culture is cult. Oh my gosh. If we don't like cult, we should never use the word culture, because Apple is a cult because they have a strong culture. Walmart is a cult because they have a strong culture. Microsoft is a cult because they have a strong culture. Zappos, we go back to, no, I can't use this word, but I'm very comfortable using this word. Now, once we break it down, then people say, oh, I never thought about it this way. That's what it is. Now, of course, there's a lot of negative cults out there. We're talking in business. There's a lot of great cults in there for businesses. So micromanaging, there's really 2 places you micromanage. One of them has a very short lifespan. The other one has a longer lifespan. In raising a family, if you don't necessarily watch what your kids are doing and you kind of let them loose, you're leaving a lot of it to chance. If you just allow your kids and say, you know what, I'm very comfortable with my kids being out there, and from a young age, they can go outside and do whatever they want to do. I'm free-spirited. It's kind of how I feel like they can go whatever they want to do. Very few parents feel that way, unless they're forced to do that because they're living conditions. But for the most part, we're like, no, he's got to go to school. And then we would like him to do this. I'd like to put him in some sports. I think it's good to learn discipline when he goes to school. And you got to wake up and you got to make your bed and you got to do this. How come you didn't do this? Did you do your homework? Let's go out there and do this. Are you learning how to write, how to read? What if we don't do that? Then we don't build a leader, right? So think about if you don't do that. Now, if it's always like, did you do this? Did you do that? The approach is a problem. So the reason why we have a challenge with micromanagement is because the person that was leading you was so much about this that it just completely eventually frustrated you. My style, the way I hire people is, the moment I trust them, very similar to Mark, I let them go and I just monitor once a month, or if I have to inspect, I do that. But there's one thing I micromanage all the time, that's procedures, okay? There's never a lifespan where you'll never micromanage procedures again. This, very short lifespan. You'll do that. Then from there, you're just leading them. You may micromanage a little bit for them to learn, then you're just leading them, guiding them, mentoring them, encouraging them. You're doing that because people are people and they got to have kind of their own space to do their thing so their creativity works. If you're too much over that, it doesn't happen. But procedures don't have feelings. They have feelings. They have emotions. They need to be free. They want to spread their wings and fly sometimes. They want to kind of have their own freedom. Yes, you got to give that to people because they are humans. They bleed. They have emotions. They have heart. Procedures don't have emotions, don't have heart. You over micromanage this. You micromanage this like you have no idea. So what do I mean by procedures? Go through your sales flow. So what is your sales flow? What is step number 1 of your sales flow? What is number 2 of your sales flow? 3, 4, 5. You need to go through this and find out where the leak is and fix that. You need to go through the flow of a customer service. When somebody calls in, they first get answered. And so what is the script? So let me go through the call. So I call front desk. And if somebody calls, what is the script? If the front desk says, how can I help you? You don't say, how can I help you? How may I help you? And you need to introduce yourself. Hi, this is Mary. How may I help you? Oh, this is this. Oh, great. Thank you for calling me. I please place you on. May I ask who's calling? This is John calling. John, may I get your telephone number in case we get disconnected? No problem. May I please place you on hold? Yes. Thank you so much. Boom. Instead of, okay, let me get it. Boom. No. So that's procedure. I checked that. We got to fix that script. Here's a script. Boom. Put it there. Change the script. This is how we intro. Next script. Okay, so how's the flow when somebody comes into my office? How are they greeted? So if somebody walks in, oh, hi, how are you? Who are you here to see? John. Perfect. Could you please sign in here and grab a seat? Excellent. Thank you so much. Would you like something to drink? Yes. Would you like water, tea, or coffee? Water. You go get them water and bring them back. Procedure. Okay, once a piece of business comes into your business, then what do you do? What first gets faxed in, then it gets scanned in, then it gets uploaded. Well, why do we have fax? We've already graduated fax, so we need to get rid of fax. Can we just make an upload? So if it gets uploaded and it's coming to me, then who touches it next? Well, the next person touches is when they touch it, what do? Then they put the report it over here. And when they report it, can we make this not manual? Instead, it's automatic, so it's happening immediately. Yeah, we don't have it right now, but what do we need to do to make this? I want to make the procedure, instead of taking 7 hours, to taking 2.5 hours, to taking 43 minutes, to taking 22 minutes, to taking 6 minutes, to taking 52 seconds, to 38 seconds. The more you micromanage that procedure, you eventually make it faster. You micromanage the steps. Step number 1, we do this. Step number 2, we do this. Step number 3. Then there is a duplicatable, replicatable step system in place for every procedure you have to get it done. If you sit and micromanage this. Now, I'll hear some entrepreneurs I'll talk to and they'll say things like this. Look, I'm more the visionary. I don't deal with the minutia. It is the dumbest thing I hear entrepreneurs say, because they think this visionary is going to build $1 billion company or $1 million company by purely being this visionary. They're so proud to be a visionary. Listen, if you're not too careful micromanaging your procedures, this visionary will envision themselves very quickly into being an unemployed visionary, into having a job. Very simple as that. This visionary needs to buckle down and forget about the fact that you're a visionary. The only time you're a true visionary or a CEO is when other people call you visionary and a CEO. Other people will identify you as that. Till then, you need to get your system flow in place. You need to get your business flow in place. You need to get your procedures in place. And you need to be looking at this over and over and over and over and over again and figure out ways how to speed it up. Figure out ways how to make it more faster, more efficient, more clear. This is what you ought to micromanage over and over and over and over again. And yes, this is boring. This ain't exciting. This is not a motivational speech to tell you never ever micromanage anything because it's terrible. No, that's for motivational speakers. When you get dirty and you're running a business and it's morning till night and you have to make cash flow and you have to make numbers and investors give you a call and you're getting on conference calls and you have to invest to investor relations and staff and employees and payroll and all this other stuff, hiring and firing and, softwares you're buying for $1 million, for $500,000, you start realizing this is real business. There are people involved. And those that are really on it end up building a business that lasts. This is why only 5% of entrepreneurs make it. 5% of entrepreneurs make it because they don't sit there and go really deep into the details of things that it takes to build a business up. And once you do, you realize there's a formula for it. So the message today is very simple. When you get off this video, I want you to watch another video I did a few months ago. It's called How to Scale Your Business. Can we put a picture of how to scale your business so they know what it looks like? And we'll make sure we'll put a link on the bottom here. Matter of fact, let's put a link right here and add an annotation to. Can we put a ringtone so I can hear the ring? There you go. I like that ringtone. Let's put a link here. Click on this. It'll take you to how to scale your business. If you watch this video because somebody's taken it and stolen it and put it on their website, that's no problem. Go on patrickbetdavid.com. Also here, patrickbetdavid.com. And on there, you'll find a video, how to scale your business. Watch that video because that video tells you how to take your procedures and scale your business. But at this point, I want you to grab a pen and paper and write all the procedures of your business that you have and ask yourself, how can I speed up the process of this procedure? And on a daily basis, listen, minimum weekly, but if you can do it on a daily basis, study your procedures and make them tighter. And eventually, your procedures will make you tenfold, hundredfold, 1,000-fold of results that you ever fathomed or thought about, because this makes the business predictable. Anyways, that's my message to you based on a question that was asked on Facebook by one of our fans, which was a great question. But if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do so as well. If you got any questions, comment on the bottom. Thanks for watching. Take care.